Since the start of the month, some men have been growing out their facial hair for Movember. The campaign is marking its 20th year in raising money for prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and men's mental health. Our Yasmine Ghania spoke with a Coquitlam firefighter who's raising thousands of dollars for the cause.
Why is it important to raise awareness and funds for men's health?
Men don't talk about their health very often, and when we do, it's in short clips and then we move on. It's something that once we start talking about it more and start being more comfortable with, men will stop dying younger, and that's kind of the main cause.
You've had a very personal experience with this. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, I had testicular cancer 10 years ago. It was something that I never knew that could happen to me, and I was shocked when it did. It's the testicular cancer is the most common cancer for men between 18 and 40, and we don't talk about it. I was never aware of it, and so it was a gut punch when I found out, and it kind of shook my whole world and realized that we don't talk about it at all amongst ourselves. And so I've kind of taken the reins and started talking to other men and women in my life about talking to their men and women in their life about things like this. So,
why do you think these things weren't talked about?
I think it's a little bit of shame, a little bit of masculinity. It's tough to really pinpoint one reason why, but I know we've always been taught as young boys that you have to be strong, you have to be tough, you have to be rock solid for everyone around you, when in reality being rock solid and being tough and being strong is saying that you have a problem, whether it be mentally or physically, and being able to get help and reach out without feeling shame or discomfort.
How has talking about men's mental health changed within the fire halls over the past decade that you've worked here?
It's changed immensely in my time in the fire service. We all talk amongst ourselves, and we sit down and when we have coffee, we talk about our calls and we talk about how it may or may not have affected us, and some guys it will, and some guys it won't, and everyone's a little bit different in that respect. But we have a great support system here. We have a peer support system here as well, which, if there is a bad call, we do get pulled out of service, and we do get put into a meeting where we talk about what happened and how it affected us, and we kind of go from there, which is great. So I think the systems in place now are much better than they were 2 or 3 decades ago.
What are you doing this year to fundraise for Movember?
For this month, what I do is I typically do a grassroots kind of fundraising campaign. I work a lot through social media, just through my Instagram and my Facebook and Twitter a little bit. And what I do is I ask for donations, and when I get a donation from someone, usually what I'll do is I'll post a photo of them on my Instagram saying thank you, kind of explaining a little bit of how I know them, and then that seemed to kind of snowball into more and more people because they want to see what funny photos I find or how I remember meeting them or knowing them. It's really gained a lot of traction. Between that and just word of mouth, I usually gain between 6 to 10 grand a month.
So that's your goal for this one?
More or less, yeah. I mean, anything above that is awesome, but we have a small team here in Coquitlam that does the Movember Team Challenge as well, and we usually raise around 10 to 12 grand with those guys as well, which is really great.
That was our Yasmine Ghania speaking with firefighter Mike Payne. You can follow his fundraising journey on his Instagram at PayneTrain33.